Ah, blessings, blessings. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me hear you. Let me see you put a yes in the chat. Can you hear me? Let me see you put a yes in the chat box. Peace, 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 peace. Blessed day, blessed afternoon, beautiful people. Blessed afternoon. How's everybody feeling? How's your soul? This is going to be a brief live, but I just want to talk to y'all about a few things. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion. So, as you all know, um, as I've showed you in my stories, Mars is coming in with guns ablazing, right? Mars is coming in with guns blazing into Aquarius. Now, when I was in the military, everyone asked, what is this Space Force? They would say it is BS, but doesn't exist. Whew. How much battery power do I have? Because I don't know if y'all ready to have that discussion. Boy, um, if y'all do want this conversation to last a little bit longer, I'm going to need somebody to twerk on those badges for today, okay? I'm going to need you to twerk on those badges if you want me to take a little extra time today. But I just came with the message. Not going to be too long. So Mars is went into Aquarius, right? Now, I would like to just reiterate how important this time in our lives, how important this time is for society, y'all. Like, I've been trying to be real chill with my enthusiasm, with expressing the importance of this Aquarian energy. I know Aquarians probably got a big head right now because it's their show right now. But with Mars going into Aquarius, what I'm going to need y'all to do is stay out of large crowds. Stay out of large crowds for a little while. I'm being serious because Mars conjuncting with Pluto in Aquarius, it brings death, it brings destruction, it brings swords, guns, chainsaws, like that type of energy to crowds. So if you are somebody that likes to go to like concerts or, just always find yourself in these like large crowded areas, if I were you, I would probably hold off on that for a little while, at least until Mars stops conjuncting with Aquarius, okay? Because y'all are about to see some more shootings, some more explosions. So I would just chill on that. So that's one thing. Another thing is tomorrow on Venus Day, as I mentioned earlier today, like I think 4 a.m. today, Venus goes into Aquarius tomorrow. So what this means, hey little doggy, it's time for the freak elite. It's time for the freak elite. It's about to be real freaky energy. So for my couples, if you are in a couple, you might be getting an invite, for a threesome, some type of freaky action. So that's something to look out for. These aren't my opinions. These aren't like, I think this is going to happen. These are, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm just giving you the previews of like what's actually about to happen. So you can believe it. You don't have to believe it, but it's going to happen regardless. So just pay attention. So like I said, when Venus goes into Aquarius tomorrow, hey doggy, what you're going to see is now here's the thing. When Venus goes into Aquarius, Venus is immediately going to be conjuncting with Pluto. So if you're in a relationship, even if you're single and you get an invite to something that seems sketchy, stay your ass out of there, because what's going to happen is it's going to be situations where people are going to be at like orgies, or they're going to think that they can be involved in polyamory or polygamy, but their partner doesn't know. The partner's going to find out, and it's going to be shootings related to cheating scandals, shootings related to some type of, even at a sex party. I'm saying, I'm whispering because I got a little puppy right there, and I want his little virgin ears to be corrupted by me saying sex. So, sex party. Stay away from sex parties, because there's going to be a lot of violence there. Okay. So that's this weekend. Also, so one reason you all are seeing this Antarctic treaty that's happening right now. Have y'all been noticing that? Have y'all been seeing that? Let's talk about it. So, y'all, how long ago did the Antarctic treaty happen? How long ago you're at a sex party right now? Should I leave? Yeah. Well, you still got a little time. Venus is at like 28 degrees, like 51 minutes. So you still got time. Venus ain't making her way into Aquarius tomorrow. So if you're at a sex party right now, it's have fun. Wrap up. Um, Also, when Venus goes into Aquarius, no, that's not Venus. That would be more like, oh yeah, Venus conjuncting with Aquarius is going to bring STDs to the forefront, like center stage. But with Venus, when Pluto is in Aquarius, and then when Venus conjuncts with Pluto in Aquarius, while the South Node is in Virgo, then what you're going to see is the cures for like syphilis, like herpes, like all those type of STDs, as they say that's uncurable. The cures for all of that shit. Well, you can get cured now, but it's going to be public, 2026. Yeah, 2026. But anyway, let's talk about this Antarctic treaty. So, the Antarctic treaty, the reason why they are breaking it now is because Venus is in Capricorn, conjuncting with Pluto in Aquarius. Now, how am I able to predict things so accurately by using the stars? It's because everything is written in the stars. They operate using astrology. Hello? So these events are coordinated using astrology. Hello? I mean, even if I didn't use astrology, I still get the downloads because my part of fortune is in Sagittarius. Gosh, got yams. So the reason why this Antarctic treaty is coming back up is because Venus represents contracts. Okay, Venus represents contracts because Venus rules over Libra and Libra rules over contracts. Now, when Venus goes into Capricorn, now remember, contracts, but old contracts. Capricorn represents antique, vintage, old things, right? So when Venus is in Capricorn, it represents older contracts. But when it's conjuncting with Pluto and Aquarius, the rebirthing of older contracts, that's going to be for the masses of people. Y'all see how these things work out? So when you know astrology, you can see everything, right? But even if you didn't, you got a lot of people who are watching right now. They're like clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant. Y'all just need to start tapping in to those powers. All right, the people who are watching right now, and you have dreams that come true, you have thoughts that are always manifesting. You need to learn how to tap into your power right now, because those powers are being increased right now, especially for the people who do not have the jab. Okay, so you're going to continue. A trending topic is going to continue to be Space Force as long as Mars is in Aquarius. You can't get around this whole space exploration, Space Force talk while Mars is in Aquarius, because Aquarius rules the sky. Any questions? We talk about this. We have classes like twice a week over on Patreon, Mondays and Wednesdays, but this semester is about to come to an end. So now we're just doing they're doing real live readings with new clients. So if you're watching this and you got a reading with one of the 5D readers, congratulations, because you are about to get some really, really good magic done. All right. And my books are officially open. I'm now taking readings, but spots are limited. So I will post information about that really soon. Okay. So let's continue to talk about things that you should look out for and be prepared for. Okay. Now, write this down. Whew. If you live near like mountains, if you live near, like the ocean, anywhere where there is going to be an abundance of wind, what is that statement? Batten down the hatches? Yeah, because like we said in our Pluto and Aquarius IG live, your whole wig might blow off, boy. So look out for things happening with, I think I saw a story the other day after we did our Pluto and Aquarius live about a semi being blown over by the wind. Yeah, big energy, that type of energy. So continue to keep your eyes on the ocean, because the wind carries the water. Okay. Now, speaking about wind, whew, I don't know if y'all ready to have this conversation, but have y'all ever heard of the cosmic breath? The cosmic breath. If you watch my lecture Relic, then you for sure heard about the cosmic breath. But, whew, jeez, have you all heard about the cosmic breath? Okay. Now, I'm not going to be able to break this entire thing down right now, but I want to give you an insight on how the world actually works. Okay. Now, I want you to think about opposites and quantum entanglement. Okay. Now, when you drive down the freeway, on each side of the road, you have cars going that way and you have cars going this way. Okay. When you go to a faucet, you have hot water and you have cold water. You have light and you have dark. So what I'm getting at here is duality. Okay. We live in a space that is ruled by duality. Okay. So when you talk about, there is a very fine operation system, as above, so below, operation system. We are on an operation system and we are ran by an algorithm. Okay. Now, the whole system is ran off of dual forces opposing each other. Now, I want you to think of a cosmic breath stream. And when I'm saying this, like, you might have seen these old photos of like babies in the sky, like blowing on the clouds and stuff like that. Like those are, of course, fictitious, but implying something that's very real. So I want you to think about equinoxes and solstices. Equinoxes and solstices. Okay. I haven't seen nobody get a badge yet, so I'm gonna explain this and I'm gonna get up out of here. Okay. Cherubs. Who said that? John Dane. Cherubs. Okay, so we here. We here. We can. I wish we had a bonfire right now so we can go deeper. Okay. So cherubs. Now, have y'all been hearing the phrase atmospheric river? Oh, California has been hit with the atmospheric river. They've been going crazy with this statement for the past couple of days over here in California. So what they are getting to is the stream in the sky. Now, what I'm going to say right now is probably not going to make sense because it's going to be the first time that you've heard it. So, but I don't want to assume that you haven't heard this. So maybe for a lot of y'all, but our wind, our sky has a respiratory system. Did he just say respiratory system? Yes, respiratory system. Now, what this means is that have you ever tried to blow your breath on something for like a long period of time and then you run out of breath? You can only blow your breath for a certain amount of time. I don't know, like how often do seasons change? Okay. Now, on December the 22nd, something happens. Okay. Now, when is the winter solstice? Just John, okay. I can stay for a little longer. You got a badge. Thank you so much. I feel loved. I feel heard. I feel seen. Okay, so what day is the winter solstice? Let's dive a little deep. I'm feeling spooky. Um Put in the comments, what day is the winter solstice? Is that a snake hole? I don't want to die during this live, so I'm gonna go back over here. 12/21. Perfect. Okay. So something happens for 3 days after the winter solstice. The system runs out of breath. It needs to take a breath again. And the evidence of this is found when the sun stops for 3 days. Y'all know the story of Jesus died and then he rose again on the third day. That's literally the sun stopping its complete motion in the sky, setting and rising at equal times from December the 21st to December the 24th. And on December the 25th, it rises again. Hello? Or it keeps going. This is because the wind carries the sun and the moon, y'all. Have y'all ever seen ancient Egyptian depictions of the sun being carried by a chariot? The chariot is the wind, like a Jedi. Side note, like when you watch Star Wars and they say may the force be with you, may the force be with you, y'all. The force is magnetic force. What's magnetic force? Wind. Wind is the force felt between inhabitants who are in between two magnetic points. Magnetic force. Have you ever tried to put two magnets together, two endpoints that aren't supposed to be together, two opposing magnetic points or two of the same magnetic points, and you just can't push them together, but you know that there's this bubble of force around you that's causing you not to. That is the wind on a larger scale, okay? However, it stops on the solstice and it has to catch its breath over again. And then up in the northern hemisphere, half of the firmament in the northern hemisphere, when it's a cold cosmic breath, it's the winter and fall months. When it's a hot cosmic breath, which happens in when? June. It's hot in the northern hemisphere and it's cold in the southern hemisphere. So the opposing cosmic breaths, they change directions. Okay. Now, the wind, it doesn't. Imagine, you know the direction that a toilet flushes? The wind carries a toroidal motion, okay? Which direction does the sun spin? Or it doesn't spin, in the Fibonacci sequence, okay? So the sun moves in a Fibonacci sequence is because that is a spiraling of the wind. Have you ever just been walking on a nice, cool summer day and you just saw like trash out of nowhere just start circling? You're like, what the? Is that a trash twister? Did I just make something up? Trash twister? Y'all like that? I might stick with that. But yeah, just out of nowhere, just like trash just starts rotating in a circle, and you're like, whoa, what is happening? What you are literally seeing in motion is the toroidal force of our wind. This is why tornadoes spin in that direction, y'all. Tornadoes don't just this choose a random pattern. So the reason that the toilet spins that way, the reason that the tornadoes spin that way, the reason that the pine cones are shaped that way is because it's all molded by the force of the wind, which is the strongest force because it moves water. Water wouldn't be able to split a rock in half due to like a high pressure if the wind wasn't the pressure that was carrying the water. Hello? So the cherubs represent the cosmic breath. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stick. We're gonna for this for the sake of time for today. We're just gonna stick with the cosmic breath. I don't want to go on to too many different topics. And then on the next live, we'll continue this after the cosmic breath. Okay. But here's another thing. Now, let me see where I want to go with this. Now, I want you to think about I can go so many places with this. Okay, here's one. I want you to think about birth for a second. Think about birth. I just made a video that I'm about to drop in a second about birth, but I'll just repeat it here so you can catch it live. Now, what's happening is that you have one second. Let me tap into this download. Okay. Here's where I want to go with this. All right. So I want you to think about birth for a second. And if this were a simulation, then it's like one of the rebuttals that seems to be consistent that I get the most is that, okay, if this is a simulation, who cares? Like, we can't do anything about it. What? Who told you that, boy? With this being a simulation, we can do something about it. We're doing something about it right now. We are questioning. We are pursuing the truth, right? And one of those truths happen to be, why is your soul linked to the reincarnating of this human experience? Okay, so let's begin to explore that. So what you have is, let's say if you had like a Bluetooth device, right? If you had a Bluetooth device and you were sending a signal from one room to the other room to print out, a new flyer. Well, in between you sending out the signal to the other room, there's actually something that can happen that's called Bluetooth interference, where somebody can intercept that signal and can reroute your brochure or whatever you're printing to the next printer or wherever they want it to be printed. That is exactly what's happening with this human experience. Souls are being rerouted to destinations that are cooked in lower frequencies. Okay, think of this as a evolution incubator. Evolution incubator, meaning that, okay, has anybody here ever heard of human design? Earth has a school for the soul. We came here to learn the next steps of evolution. We chose our family experiences. Has anybody ever heard of human design? And also, to this point, has anybody ever heard of Journey of the Soul by Dr. Michael Newton? Okay, now, human design literally means that when somebody is born, the reason why I look like this is because my ascendant is Scorpio, and I have like Uranus at a certain amount of percentage. I have a certain amount of percentage of Mercury, of different luminaries. Now, what does the luminaries have to do with my physical body? Well, if you were to take cymatics, right? If I were to take vibrations, now what I'm about to say is going to be really important, and hopefully if you've watched enough of my lectures, you're going to get exactly what the fuck I'm saying. All right. So sound and vibrations can create physical objects. Like, the reason why printers and things work like that is because of the vibration, the information sent from one place to another. Data is vibration. Data is encoded in pulsation. So have you ever looked up at a star? There's a song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The twinkling is the cymatics at work. What is always happening 24/7 as we have this conversation? What's happening? New babies are being born. New babies are being born from the vibrations held by those stars up above. Okay, so if somebody was being born right now, they would be a Venus in Capricorn, Mars, they would be a Mars in Aquarius conjuncting with Pluto in Aquarius. Like, this would be their body. If somebody was to hit the print button right now and we were to print out a human, you would be able to see Pluto in Aquarius conjuncting with Mars in Aquarius in their body. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Okay. So what's happening is that the vibratory frequencies that are held by the stars, the cymatics is the human body. Like, the reason why your thumb has that circle in the middle, the reason why your thumb has that same circling of the tidal wave, of the tornado, of the things we were just talking about, the pine cone, is because your body is made from that toroidal force. But the force uses the elements of the stars to as the data to send to the woman's vagina as the printer. This is why a lot of, like, you have doppelgangers who look the same, because if you take somebody who has the same natal chart as me, the exact same natal chart, and the exact born in the same location and everything, we would look identical, besides the genetics that are borrowed from our providing vehicles, our parents. Okay, so that's exactly what's happening. Is that and y'all are going to hear this. Y'all are going to hear me repeat this in the video I'm going to release later, but you're just getting the live version. Okay. So what's happening is that when you take sand and you put it on a board and you use the vibration of the music. Now, if I were to play, what was I listening to earlier? Moonlight Sonata. If I were to play Moonlight Sonata, then the person would probably have like pristine, like they probably have Venus in the first house, like looking beautiful. In fact, it has been said that good looks are gifts from the universe or gifts from God. Now, what this means is that if you have a bad birth chart, meaning you got nothing but squares and disharmonious aspects, then this means that the settings of your life are set to lower vibrations, which means in your past life, you were naughty. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. So when you have somebody who comes into this life who are dealing with ailments out of the womb, dealing with like diseases out of the womb, what you are seeing is somebody who is dealing with karma in a physical form. Dis-ease is often repayment for or punishment for unpaid karma. And then the unpaid karma creates what? Unhealed child trauma. The unhealed child trauma becomes a person's personality throughout their life. And then they go through their entire life with a story from their karmic records, which is really from their Akashic records. And it's like you have debt that you have not paid off, bro. You cannot bankrupt this shit. Just like you can't get rid of student debt, you can't get rid of karma. You're going to have to pay it off eventually in some life. It might as well be this one. Hello? A baby, it's unpaid karma, or parents with unpaid karma in past life. The baby is the lesson for the parents. When a parents have a miscarriage, read Journey of the Soul by Dr. Michael Newton, and when he talks about miscarriages and when babies are dying at birth, and what these patients who are in hypnosis, what they are saying with messages from the other side about death. And read that book. Matter of fact, I think that was homework like a year or two ago. How do I tap more into my powers? Because I always have dreams and thoughts that come true. Well, right now Neptune is in Pisces, so if you're not using mugwort, you're doing yourself a disservice. Mugwort, Blue Lotus, or just go over to astroherbs.org, get AstroPack. All right, I make really good products. I can say that because people tell me that. My daughter's son is an IC. My son's son is my fiance's IC. If your daughter's son is on her IC, yeah, she got a lot of work to do. Your son being on IC means that the way that you express yourself is going to be like surrounded in pain and emotions. Like this is somebody who can be seen as like a emo. We used to have that word emo, short for emotion. Somebody who's like just wrapped up in their emotions. That's somebody with the sun on the IC. Right? It's like if you have your sun on your ascendant, you're going to have somebody who's going to be seen as self-centered. If you have somebody, what about addiction? If you have the sun, if you have like Neptune conjuncting your ascendant, if you have if you're a Pisces ascendant, if you have Jupiter in Pisces, if you have Mercury in Pisces, if you have if these are placements that make for somebody who has an addiction problem. Do you do natal chart readings? Yes, it's actually something I love to do. My book's just open again. I will post information soon. My bad, y'all. I was supposed to start taking readings like a week ago, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to take payments. So I promise y'all, I'm going to start reading your charts and I'm going to help y'all get to y'all life's destination as soon as I can figure out how to take payments. Okay, I need to make a little website or something. So yeah, I do read natal charts, and I'm going to get back on that soon. Have you heard of Max Heindel? The name sounds really familiar. Max Heindel. I don't know. Me, 3 years sobriety, looking at my chart changed my life. Yes. And she's actually over. She's Brittany. She's over on Patreon with us. Tell them, Brittany, we be going in over there on Patreon. We talk about this shit or not this shit, but we talk about this great information every single day. We talk about astrology every single day, right? You right now when Pluto is in Aquarius, man, find your tribe. Find your tribe. There are a lot of you who are watching this video that they're like, you might not even say it in public, but you feel alone. Like you feel like you look around, you see other people that got friends and stuff like that, and you're like, you just feel alone. Bro, find your tribe. Your tribe is waiting for you. Like, and it's nothing wrong with feeling this way. Like right now, there are more people who are lonely without friends, who are dying of depression, killing themselves than ever before. So with Pluto in Aquarius, yo, there are other people who resonate with you. Go out and find them. Like I love connecting with the weirdos, with the, with the outcasts. Like those are my people. Like, cause that's who I am, So trust me, you're not alone. Find your people. They're waiting on you. All right. So another thing, I want to get back to the spooky shit. So another thing is, real quick, let's talk about demons. Demons. Y'all know that majority of the information that we are fed in this realm is inverted. What this means is that east is west, west is east, north is south, and south is north. Also, demons are not what they told you. I saw this video on TikTok the other day where it was this guy talking about how demons are like fallen stars and things of that sort, like really good video. I wish I saved it so I can show y'all. But I love people who do really good work with this stuff. So if you watch The Golden Compass and that borderline film, what they did was they showed demons as animals. And they were saying that demons incarnated into animal form, and the demon was pretty much the person's soul materialized in animal form. So if you were to do something to hurt the animal, you can hurt the person. I truly believe this in our reality. Have you ever seen a video where it was a girl walking down the street and somebody tried to rob her and a dog came out of like nowhere and like chased the guy off? I truly believe that animals find you. You don't find animals. I believe that animals are demons, but like benevolent demons that come to your aid when you need them. Like, what if God is the name of a demon and they have y'all worshiping like the evil one this whole time? Have you ever thought about this type of shit? Why would they put on currency in God we trust? Don't come after me. Don't tomato me. I'm just trying to have y'all think about things that they have been lying to y'all about the entire time. Like, why would they openly tell you the name of an all-knowing creator? Why would they tell everybody like his name is God? First of all, okay. Anyway, there have been several references in the Bible that tells you that there's, first of all, it's not only one creating entity, because the first couple, it tells you in Genesis, let's make man in our image. Okay, so why would they put on currency in God we trust if God was actually the name of the Almighty Creator? It's not. God is not the name of the Almighty Creator. I might be the first person you ever heard to say that shit, but I'm not afraid to say it because they don't want us talking about this type of shit. And when you do talk about it, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That nigga crazy. Right? Am I wrong? No. And then years later, when this shit comes out to be actually true, oh my God, he was right. We're all mad here. We're all mad here. Source is hidden in your DNA. Source is hidden in your DNA. What do I mean by that? Your DNA has a code. If you know anything about coding, every code is derived from a master code. If your DNA has a code, who has the master code? Hello? Right, right. If your DNA has a code, have you ever seen the very first image of DNA? If you haven't, write that down and go look it up later and tell me what it looks like. The very first image of DNA, go look it up. X marks the spot. So you know what's very interesting is Neil deGrasse Tyson asked a really important question, and I don't really say that like a lot, actually, like ever, because it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. But he was like, "What time is it at the North Pole?" Touche, touche. Good question. Great ponder. The 90th degree is North Pole. The 90th degree. So when you look at the sun, you're looking at it at a 90th degree angle. That from here to here, that is a 90th degree angle. And what happens is, have you ever seen, okay, what's the best way to, okay, the best way to say this is that time is the result of solar wind, of cosmic breath. The amount of time that it takes the cosmic breath, the upper respiratory system of our earth, the amount of time it takes that upper respiratory system to move the sun turns out to be what we call time. Meaning that when on days that you're like, oh my God, why is time moving so fast? Why? It's because the wind is moving faster. It's right. And there is a master clock that all clocks are hooked up to that is connected to the movement of the sun, because the first clock ever was a sundial. Okay. So I was reading Heaven and Earth by Gabrielle Henriette. It's probably turned out to be one of my favorite books, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like I keep rereading it. Okay, so 12 pulsations, 30 pulsations each times 6, would make up a month of 30 days. We each have 12 hours of daylight. We get 12 hours of daylight and they get 12 hours of daylight, meaning two hemispheres, two halves of the firmament. Meaning that while one half of the firmament is occupied with light, the other is occupied with night. While one is occupied with cold cosmic breath, the other is occupied with warm cosmic breath. And what happens is there is a clashing of those cosmic breaths up there that happens during a equinox and a solstice. That clashing of the cosmic breath is what turns into different seasons. This is why summer follows spring. Summer can't follow winter. Summer can never follow fall. Summer has to follow spring because of the warm cosmic breath that we get 6 months each. 6 months of warm weather, 6 months of cold weather. This means 3 months of spring, 3 months of summer, 3 months of fall, 3 months of winter. 3, that's 12. We also get, do y'all see what's happening? So Tartaria was buried due to a Phoenix event. So what's happening is that your incarnation is set to the rhythmic timing of the wind. I want to hear you talk more about the firmament. Go on YouTube and check out my firmament lecture. I think I did back in 2020. I really wish that YouTube still kept the lectures I did back in 2016, but they deleted all those. Where I was talking about like deja vu and parallel universes, but I will do more lectures about that. Okay, so let me try to bring this. Let me try to find the ending point here. Okay, I just want. Are y'all still with me? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all like the scratch of the DJ on this record I'm playing? What was the name of the book you said was one of your favorites? Oh, Heaven and Earth by Gabrielle Henriette. Heaven and Earth by Gabrielle Henriette. I'm warning you though, once you pick it up, you won't be able to put it down. It's like, I love that shit. I got Jupiter in Aquarius, by the way. But I love books that challenge what we have been. Y'all know some of the best books actually came out like during the 1700s, 1800s, where they were actually talking about like, these are the forces that are actually happening up there. Y'all know we got radio frequencies bouncing off the firmament, right? Like, hello? But they started to suppress this energy. They started to suppress all of this information when people started to get a little bit too smart. You see, the firmly held belief back in the day was that the earth was flat. And Copernicus never saw airplanes. Copernicus wasn't exposed to the same conditions that we have today. And if so, Copernicus would have saw that his dissertation of the earth being round was wholeheartedly incorrect. So what we have today is the reemergence of all of this Aquarian energy, all of this challenging the status quo energy. And with Pluto being in Aquarius, this means that for the next 20 years, you're going to have groups of people getting together talking about occult topics. Now, I might be one of the only mystery schools right now, but I guarantee you, when 2044 rolls around, there's going to be several. There's probably going to be several, right? Because it's that type of energy. Right now, people, y'all, the secrets of everything that you wanted to know is coming out right now. Like the secrets of Hollywood, the secrets of, the earth, everything is coming out right now with this Pluto and Aquarius energy, right? So this is why I said earlier to if you like to discuss these type of things, man, find your tribe, make yourself available for these type of conversations. Because we be going in over there on Patreon all the time. But in real life too, Jupiter's about to be in Gemini. So when Jupiter's in Gemini, y'all know what's going to happen. Like, okay, Jupiter in Gemini at the same time Pluto's in Aquarius. Oh my God. Y'all feed is gonna be like, he is live, she is live, he is live, he is live, he is live. People are gonna be talking all about occult topics, about astrology, about the truth about this, truth about that. But you have to learn to use the power of discernment, because you have a lot of people, I feel, who are out here to become popular conspiracy theorists. I guess that's the thing. And you have people out here who are actually doing the work because their incarnation mission is to bring the truth to the masses of people. So you have to learn to discern between those two people, right? Use the force. So we've talked about quite a lot today. Don't know how long we've been here, maybe for like an hour or so, but let's start to bring this to an end. I really like doing these lives with y'all. I just don't do them all the time because I'm afraid of humans sometimes, but now I'm not. Today I'm not, and I like to tap in with y'all. So one thing I do want to talk about, though, before I get out of here, I keep saying this. I was supposed to get out of here like 20 minutes ago. I keep saying one more thing. Maybe I just can't get enough of y'all. Just can't get enough. Let's talk about Neptune and Pisces, because I have a lot of people asking me about like the astral realm and what they should do with their dreams. First of all, the first thing I'll say is if you smoke weed, it's going to be really hard for you to remember your dreams. And also about the video that I made, quick side note, there's nothing wrong with smoking weed, but you have to get real weed. There's a lot of fake weed. If you smoke the fake weed, you're, hey, how you doing? It's going to turn into, hey, how you doing? You feel me? Just know. Okay. So with Neptune and Pisces right now is the best time to be dreaming. The messages are coming through so clear right now in the astral realm. So set a good time to go to sleep. Three things, and then three things I'll say about the sleep. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. are the best times to be sleeping. Okay, 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So I would implore you to go ahead and create a night routine. A routine that involves you stretching before bed, because it's a known fact that when you stretch, it makes you sleepier. Like when you are in the bed and you can't go to sleep, but you just do one of those and you just stretch, guarantee you're gonna go to sleep. Okay, so stretching, making sure you can use aids like valerian root, chamomile, or use mugwort for lucid dreams. And also another thing is start to journal about the things that you want to dream, and start to instruct your subconscious mind about the things you want to experience when you're in the astral realm. And then you're going to come to a point where you're going to start to rise up and remember your dreams like that, and you're going to be able to pull the messages that you're getting from the astral realm and apply them to your daily life, because y'all, those messages are real. Like, I get some of my majority of the videos, not majority, because most of these videos are downloads, but a lot of the videos that I do are from ideas that come from dreams. Like, y'all, I want y'all to understand what dreams are. You are literally peeking in on future timelines and bringing in ideas that your future self has already created. Like, when they say nothing is new under the sun, it's because you can't do anything new that your future version has not done, unless you, the future version, comes back and changes the past, which is called Mandela effects. So there's nothing new under this sun. That one, the one that we see, there's several. So Neptune and Pisces is it's like interdimensional remote viewing. That's literally what it is. That's why deja reveille is when you see something that you saw in a dream, It's because you looked at the future. That's what it is. Why can you look at the future? Well, okay, so TiVo, TiVo. Y'all know that you can use, like, I think TiVo is one of the best things to ever be created, because in my mind I was like, holy shit, you can pause reality. I'm telling y'all, my mind was blown when TiVo came out, because I knew the concept of camcorders, but even to this day, at this big age of what my age is, I ain't telling y'all. How old y'all think I am? Um, I'm still baffled the fact that you can capture reality. You can capture the molecular structure of grass and replay it back. You know? So when TiVo came out, I was like, holy shit, this means that our reality can be rewinded. And then I was like, then this means that future timelines exist. Okay, so think about TiVo. What happens with deja reveille is that you are literally seeing a moment, an upcoming moment in your dream, and then you experience that moment in a present, in your present reality. But the moment that you experience is in a parallel universe that bounces off the same radio tower. So what I'm saying is that you are a T-Mobile customer using Verizon lines. Is that the good way to break that down? Y'all feel me? Like, when you take shrooms, when you take DMT, when you take LSD, it breaks down the barrier. So it's like um it's like being able to put your Xbox game in a PlayStation. They both use the same towers to show you the game that you're playing, but it's from two different systems. So it's like you're able to I feel like y'all get what I'm saying. Like, in a way, it's like insider trading. Like, um but yeah, that's the best way to put it, man. That's the best way to put it. It's like crossing lines, literally ley lines. That's why Super Bowls have take place on ley lines. For example, do y'all know most vortexes, most portals are found on ley lines? Do you know most disappearances happen on ley lines? What do I mean? Look up the national park system. NASA came out with the article talking about X zones or Xbox or something like that. These portals that exist in our reality. Boy, I told y'all about this before. You see that tree over there that has split roots. When you see trees like that has split roots, but that like twist like that tree is on a powerful ley line. This is why most hospitals are on what? Ley lines. You know, when you go to a doctor and they like tap your arm to find the vein to stick you with the shot, it's like the same thing, like tapping the vein and bring a new soul in. Let's bring this new soul in this thing. We need that ley line sparking, boy. When you need to bring in a huge manifestation, you use a ley line. That's why 3 years ago the Super Bowl was on the 36th ley line. Last year it was on the 42nd ley line. This year it was on the 36th ley line. Hello? My hospital was on the 42nd ley line. Great Wall of China, 42nd ley line. Atlanta, 33rd parallel. So What's also connected to ley lines? Go watch my lecture called Black Goo. Go watch my lecture called Black Goo. Y'all seen a new ASAP Rocky video? It's pretty much, or is it a video or is it a commercial? I think it's a commercial. It's pretty much, it's just like propaganda for Black Goo. What is Black Goo? Show y'all the trees for a second before I drop these acorns on y'all. Black Goo is going to be the life force that's going to be used for artificial sentient beings. Meaning that if I were to put Black Goo in an artificial bot, that artificial bot will be able to perform. As I'm talking, I'm getting downloads. Like it's a live stream. As I'm streaming to y'all, I'm getting a stream. So like that Black Goo is going to be the life force for sentient intelligence. So that Black Goo is going to be the equivalent to a consciousness. What am I saying when I say this? You probably never heard this before because I'm hearing this shit for the first time as it comes through. The fuck? So right now, every cell phone has like Black Goo inside of it. So what's happening is the Black Goo is using your cell phone to learn about you, to build a neural network of intelligent of humans, and therefore they're going to store that information using the Black Goo that's being sent back to 5G towers, and it's going to create real like sentient intelligence, like a carbon copy from the humans to the robots. So everything that is human intelligence, they're not only learning from the internet, which internet is connected to CERN. It was born at the internet, but the internet is going to be the hive mind for artificial intelligence. Also, the Black Goo is learning about us through intercepting our brain waves from our cell phones and 5G towers. That Black Goo is going to be put in them to duplicate our intelligence. Do y'all pick up what I'm putting down? So the Black Goo is going to mimic the utility of the pineal gland. It's like mycelium. It's like mycelium. Like fungal networks all during the ground. The reason why you can take magic mushrooms and then you can go to another one is because there's a certain type of code that's stored in mycelium network, meaning that mycelium is mycelium. The program code is instructed for mycelium. If I already go pick up lion's mane, I'm not going to trip. You feel me? So the Black Goo okay. So what I'm getting is the Black Goo is the duplication of melanin, which, or the attempted duplicate, the artificial duplication of melanin, and the melanin is the life force that's found in everything. I don't want to rub that grass too much because it's California, but you know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. So I think that's a good stopping point for today. I've been with y'all for a little while. Probably, I don't know how long we've been here, but we've been here for a little while today. Y'all got any questions? I get averts when I think about things. No, that's a download. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the times when I make these videos, I be hearing shit for the first time. I be like, for real? Oh, damn. As I say that, oh, shit. Can y'all see that? Wait. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the moon? Okay. Bro. Okay. Hold up. Can y'all see that? As I'm pointing, is this guy trying to take a look at what I'm pointing to. Let me stop pointing so these people walk past. Hold up. Even though I know this shit, y'all, this shit still blows minds. It still blows mine because the fucking moon Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Why you trying to kill my greatness? I think my mic. I think my mic trying to go out. It's like, okay, cut this show short. Anyway, these birds sound so magnificent. What I'm trying to say is that, like, y'all, if the moon is right there, and the sun is over there, what time is it in China? What are they looking at? And then, like, is anybody here? Like, are you in China? Is anybody here? Because I really want to know. Like, sometimes I'm like, bro, like, how are people? How are people still working? Like, how's everybody's lives not changing, bro? The moon's right there. Like, stop and let's talk about this shit. Because 1 + 1 ain't 2 right now, you know? No, but for real. You know? Like, um, you know, things that make you go, huh? Do you take Shilajit? Shilajit? Yeah. Yeah, I do. When Okay, sorry y'all, my mic went out. My phone's trying to tell me to shut up. But like, okay, here's another thing that I'll say. When I'm looking at the moon right now, these phases blows mine because it's a perfect line that separates the moon phase right now. When's the last time you seen a perfect line in reality? A natural perfect line. So the moon and the sun is a free play of light and shadow. It's a free play of light and shadow. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know if Ted will ever invite me. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, y'all, I hope that y'all wrote those things down of what to look out for. If you forgot, go and check out my Pluto and Aquarius video on YouTube. Because I'm telling y'all, or the class and the students over on Patreon, we all got together and we told y'all what's going to happen. So continue to look out for space exploration, space wars. Venus is going into Aquarius tomorrow, so please be careful. Do not be caught up in no deadly shootings at no sex parties. Don't get caught up at no deadly shootings at no sex parties, okay? Now, when you see this shit in a headline, you'll be like, how the fuck you know that? Don't go. Don't decline those invites. Swipe left. Does people still use Tinder? Swipe left. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all what's going to come out in the future, because I remember the future. A new dating app is going to come when Jupiter goes into Gemini. It's like going to be Tinder, but it's going to be virtual reality. I don't know if they're going to do it this quick, but they're going to release a dating app that's going to be virtual reality, so people can meet up in virtual reality and do speed dating in virtual reality. You can go on a virtual date where you can go to a restaurant, you can touch real stuff, because they're going to release these things called haptic suits where you can start to touch real things in virtual worlds. Yeah. So there's going to be okay, so I'll say 3 things and then I'm going to end this live, okay? So 3 things to look out for. Huge mergers, like something crazy like Disney buying Sony, or like AT&T and T-Mobile, or like huge mergers that you are not expecting. That's one. The second, the new apps are going to come out, like apps that are solely dedicated to virtual reality. You're going to need a headset. They're going to make it seem like you need a headset to be alive eventually. So you might as well get them while they're cheap, or wait till they get cheaper. But what's going to happen are new apps are going to come out, so that like instead of being on Twitter just typing, you put on a headset and link up with these people and go to an actual social lounge using VR, tapping somebody's icon like their avatar. Oh, a hummingbird. Oh, it's floating right next to me. Hey, I love when shit like that happen. I'm like, somebody up there talking to me. Okay, so that's the second thing. And the third thing with Jupiter and Gemini is going to be... Oh, actually, before Jupiter goes into Gemini, Jupiter is going to be leaving Taurus, and there's going to be friction between the moving of Jupiter and Gemini. No, Jupiter and Taurus going to Jupiter, Gemini, y'all. And what this is going to bring is major earthquakes. And I'm talking, but I'm hoping not, but I'm talking 8 and 9 magnitude earthquakes, possibly even 10 and 11 magnitude earthquakes, y'all. So this is going to happen most likely at the end of Jupiter and Taurus. And I mean, it's going to be a very specific place like Indonesia, Turkey, Indonesia, Turkey, some place that starts with an F. I can't see it right now, but I'm getting some place that starts, a country that starts with like an F. But these places are going to be hit major by earthquakes, by huge I'm talking, y'all, huge, fucking huge earthquakes. I'm warning y'all. I'm not guessing. I'm warning. This is a warning. These are coming. It's going to happen. Okay. Also, the last thing that I'll say is keep your eyes on the ocean when Venus, Mars, and Mercury goes into Pisces, especially Mars. Screen record this part and play it back to me, because I might forget that I said this shit. So I'll give you 2 seconds to screen record. I only need one person to do it, because this is going to happen. When Mars goes into Pisces, you're going to see war on water. When Mars goes into Pisces, you're going to see war on water. Make a note of that, because it's going to happen. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. And I'm going to start to do these lives a lot more, because, I be telling people y'all my friends. And they be like, you don't got no friends. Be like, yeah, they say hi to me. They say hi to me and stuff. So that's all for today, man. That's all for today. I appreciate. You're not going to save this? Oh, yeah, I should save this, huh? I'll save this, and I'll put this on YouTube. I'll put this on YouTube this weekend. Okay? I love y'all so much. Please stay safe out here, because things are happening that are never happened before. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.